So, your retail business is finally taking off. New locations, more customers, a brand that's getting noticed. It's an incredible time, right? But with all that good stuff comes a whole new set of challenges, especially in the back office. How do you actually manage your accounting when you're scaling up without letting all that paperwork grind you to a halt? Well, let's dive in. Here it is, the question every single successful retail owner eventually asks themselves. As you add more stores, does the complexity and the stress have to multiply too? All of a sudden, you're just buried in paperwork. We're trying to make sense of inconsistent reports from different locations. It's a constant financial headache. Sound familiar? It's a super common story, and honestly, it's a frustrating one.
And that right there, that is what we call the growth dilemma. It's that tricky spot where your success on the sales floor starts to put a massive strain on your back office. And the real danger? It threatens to undermine the very growth you've worked so hard to achieve.
I mean, this really says it all, doesn't it? Your passion is retail. It's not chasing down invoices or trying to reconcile accounts from 3 different stores with 3 different systems. But when your back office can't keep up with your sales, it becomes an anchor. It is literally holding your business back from its true potential. And these are the classic growing pains. First, you've got inconsistent bookkeeping, right? Because one store manager does things one way, another does it a completely different way. Then your administrative costs start creeping up, just eating away at your profit margins. You lose that clear financial visibility, you can't get a clean look at your company's health. Your best people, your store managers, are bogged down in paperwork instead of serving customers. And the worst part, you end up making huge decisions based on gut feelings, not hard data. So if that's the problem, what's the solution? Well, it takes a little shift in thinking, a new way to look at your back office. So let's talk about what we'll call the offshore solution. Look, at its heart, offshore accounting is actually pretty simple. Instead of building out a really expensive, clunky in-house department, you partner up with a dedicated external team of financial experts. They handle the numbers, the bookkeeping, the payroll, the financial reporting, which frees you up to do what you do best, grow your business. This comparison just makes it crystal clear. With an in-house team, you're looking at high fixed costs, you're limited to 9-5 hours, and often you have generalist staff trying to do everything. The offshore model, though, it gives you flexible, variable costs that grow with you. You get the potential for 24/7 operations across different time zones. And this is key. You get access to specialists who live and breathe retail accounting. You're not just hiring staff, you're buying expertise. All right, but this isn't just about outsourcing a task. No way. This is about giving yourself a serious strategic advantage in a really competitive market. Let's break down what that actually looks like. Okay, let's start with the number that gets everybody's attention. Businesses that make this switch often see a 40 to 60% reduction in their accounting costs. I mean, just stop and think about that. What could you do with that capital? Reinvest it in marketing, new inventory, maybe even open that next location? But honestly, as huge as that number is, the real story here is so much bigger than just saving a buck. This is about completely transforming how your business operates at its very core. It's about building a foundation that can support sustainable, long-term growth. Think about it like this. You suddenly get to tap into a world-class talent pool, bringing real specialists onto your team. Your key people on the ground are freed from spreadsheets so they can focus on what really moves the needle, creating an amazing customer experience and driving sales. As you add a new store, your accounting support just scales right up with you. No painful hiring process. And with dedicated specialists on the job, the accuracy of your financial data goes through the roof. In this quote from a retail owner, it just nails it. The whole goal is to get you back to the work that actually matters. It's about shifting your focus away from managing the administrative mess and back to leading, growing, and innovating. Okay, so you might be thinking, this sounds great, but it must be a huge hassle to switch. Actually, it's way more straightforward than you'd think. Let's walk through it. It really just boils down to 3 key steps. First, you've got to do a serious assessment of your needs. Pinpoint what's causing the most pain and figure out what your ideal financial system will look like. Second, you choose the right partner, and don't just look at price. Look for someone with proven expertise in multi-location retail. And third, integration. A good partner isn't going to make you rip out everything. They'll work with you to make sure the onboarding is seamless and connects with the systems you already use. And that really brings us to the final thought. The way you manage your finances for 1 or 2 stores, it's probably not going to work for 10 or 20. So the real question I want to leave you with is this. Is your back office a relic of your past, or is it actually built to support your future?